Hey YouTube and Cayman Spark Turf Fights. I'm going to be going through a preview of the Florida Derby to be run on Saturday, the 29th of March 2025. I'm going to give my selections and hope you guys have some luck. Number 1 is Nearcus, trained by Safi Joseph Jr., ridden by Edgar Zayas. Number 2 is Cool Intentions, trained by Jorge Delgado, ridden by Javier Castellano. Number 3, the Puerto Rican Invader, Smoking Boy, trained by Cheryl Weinbaugh. Rider will be Edgar Perez. Number 4, the highly thought of Disruptor, trained by Todd Pletcher, Irad Ortiz Jr. in the saddle. Number 5, Indecisiveness, Ruben Sierra trains, Jorge Ruiz rides. Number 6, Jimmy's Dailies, Brian Lynch trains, Joel Rosario rides. Number 7, Enter the Dragon, Jose D'Angelo trains, Dylan Davis rides. Number 8 is Malaket Road, Bob Baffert trains, Tyler Gaffalione rides. Number 9 is Tappan Street, trained by Brad Cox, Luis Saez will ride. And rounding out the field, the anti-post favorite for the Florida Derby, Sovereignty, Bill Mott trains, Junior Alvarado will ride. That's the field of 10 for the curling Florida Derby. Okay, now we're going to have a look at the last start by each of the runners.
They're off in the Fountain of Youth Stakes. From the middle, River Thames bounces out very well, but he'll be challenged early by Neo Equos, and these two put on some speed in the run to the first turn. They've opened 2 on Gate to Wire, who's down at the rail in third. Back from the outside, Keep It Easy is now fourth, settling in second last, Sovereignty, and Burnham Square takes residence at the back of the field. He's about 6 lengths off the speed of Neo Equos. Neo Equos is up and around River Thames, and he clears now to lead by 1.5 lengths. Going to plan B is Velasquez on River Thames. He'll angle to the outside of the new leader with Gate to Wire at Chile third. 2 back to Keep It Easy. He's now fourth, then Sovereignty and Burnham Square. 23 seconds flat for the opening quarter. They have less than 5 furlongs to go. On the inside, Neo Equos leads by 0.5 length. Latched onto him second is River Thames, 1.5 lengths better than Gate to Wire in third. Burnham Square guided to the clear by Zayas. He's on a mid-race move with Keep It Easy between horses, and Sovereignty has to keep up at the back of the field. The half mile was 47 seconds flat. They go to the first finish line and swing to the far turn. Neo Equos at a big price has the lead to 0.5 length. River Thames is second. These two have gone 6 ahead of Burnham Square, who just went by Gate to Wire to take third. Keep It Easy is between horses, and Sovereignty tries to motivate himself. He's underway now in the blue colors. He's within 8 lengths of the lead through 3 quarters in 1:10.3. Neo Equos stretching out River Thames. Sovereignty warming to the task for Alvarado. He's on the far outside into third. Gate to Wire finds his best stride. Burnham Square's bid is stalled as River Thames has made a clear lead. Off the turn and the stretch drive in the Fountain of Youth, and River Thames, he has the lead by 2 with a 16th to go. Sovereignty begins to get on track, but time is ticking away. River Thames almost there. Sovereignty gonna dive at him late. Here comes Sovereignty! He got him too, did Sovereignty. He went from last to first to win under Junior Alvarado for Godolphin and Bill Mott. The Fountain of Youth from last to first to Sovereignty. They're racing in the Mucho Macho Man. Excellent start for the favorite, Guns Loaded. He came out firing and goes looking for the early lead. His stablemate McKellen moves to a flanking position in second. Outside of them, Treaty of Rome is an early third. Tucked in is Macho Music. Then Septarian in front of Cool Intentions. The one at the back is Sonic Skedaddle. Out of the chute, onto the main track, Guns Loaded, there by almost 2 now. In between horses, McKellen is a joint second with Treaty of Rome. At the rail, Macho Music. From behind the speed, Cool Intentions. Out in the center goes Septarian, and 4 to the trailer. He's a detached trailer, Sonic Skedaddle. They go to the half-mile point. Everything going the way of Guns Loaded so far. He's in a nice rhythm on the top end, unopposed, and 2.5 in front. McKellen, the nearest pursuer, second. Macho Music at the rail, third. Up to fourth goes Treaty of Rome. Cool Intentions has had to work between horses today. Then Septarian, he starts a run while 3 and 4 deep, and 5 to the trailer, Sonic Skedaddle. They went 47 and 3 for the opening half mile. They have 5/16 to run. Guns Loaded, nursed on the top end by jockey Luis Saez, on top by a length and a half. Treaty of Rome is now second. Septarian moves to third, but is a quarter of a mile from home. Guns Loaded the target. It's Guns Loaded through 3/4 in 1:12 and 3. He's off the turn on top with a 3-length strong lead. Second is Treaty of Rome as the leader cut the corner beautifully. They're 1/8 of a mile from home. Guns Loaded, he's still on the lead, and he leads by 2.5. Second is Treaty of Rome. He's trying to gain late ground. Final 16th of a mile. Here comes Treaty of Rome. Guns Loaded needs the wire. Treaty of Rome lifting. Guns Loaded hung on. Guns Loaded won the Mucho Macho Man by a diminishing neck. Second, Treaty of Rome. And they're off. Good start at the rail for Jimmy's Dailies. In the middle, Grande forward lead position, splitting horses solid left into the top flight. These three almost in line from long shot Indecisiveness, who tries to get over and races a joint fourth. In between horses, Super Times along the rail, Sonic Skedaddle. The early trailer is Smokin' Boy. And the run around the first turn, Irad Ortiz Jr. puts Jimmy's Dailies on the lead. He leads by a length over Grande second. Solid left is between horses. Sonic Skedaddle is along the rail. Then in the blue, it's Indecisiveness. Fighting the rating a touch is Super Times. He's a bit keen second last for Dylan Davis. And the trailer is Smokin' Boy. 23 and 4 for the opening quarter, less than 6 furlongs to race. Jimmy's Dailies leads, but only narrowly. Up alongside is the race favorite Grande from second. At the rail, that's Sonic Skedaddle from between horses, solid left, and out deep, Indecisiveness. A length and a half to Super Times in the red cap, and way out in the center, Smokin' Boy is last. They went the half in 47 and 4 as they make their way to the half-mile point. It's still Jimmy's Dailies in front. He leads a half a length. It's a patient Velasquez on Grande within a neck second. Out 3 wide, Indecisiveness. There goes Davis on Super Times. Let go for a run 4 wide. Stacked 5 wide is Smokin' Boy. From between horses, solid left, and Sonic Skedaddle is at the rail. The entire field separated by 3.5 lengths as they run to the top of the stretch. 3/4, 1:12 and 2. Grande now takes a narrow lead. Trying to fight on toward the inside, Jimmy's Dailies, a length and a half to Indecisiveness. Super Times bid is stalled. At the rail, it's solid left, and they're on their way home. It's Grande who looks to have put him away here. He's off the turn, striding nicely, and leads by 2.5. Jimmy's Dailies will come to his outside for a rebid. Back to third, Indecisiveness. Then it's solid left. Final 16th of a mile, Grande. Driven out. It's Grande for Rapoli Stable and trainer Todd Pletcher to win the Thursday feature in style by 2 lengths. Good try from Jimmy's Dailies. He fought the whole way. He was second. Big effort from the local horse, Indecisiveness. He was third. And they're off. Excellent start out wide for Disruptor, who heads off for some forward position. Harvey is going to move to challenge from second. Bird is between horses. Down at the rail goes Camp Evans. In between horses is Shangri-La Road, racing only 2.5 lengths off the early speed. 2 in front of Chillax. Second last early Litigation. The early trailer is Meritorious. They run down the backstretch, and it's Harvey and Jaramillo in front 3 parts of a length. Bourbon Flight is second. Disruptors on the outside third. These top horses work off the inside from a fourth running Camp Evans and then Shangri-La Road. Now knifing between horses for Saez to go after the top horse. A gap of 4 more to Chillax, who's 2 better than Litigation, and Meritorious is last. 22 and 1 for the opening quarter. Around the far turn they go. Harvey in front 3 parts of a length. Disruptor is second. Working harder to stay with them is Shangri-La Road. He's now third. Dropping back to fourth is Bourbon Flight. Trying to run home from the back is Litigation as they reach the top of the stretch. It's Disruptor who's up to take the lead from Harvey, who's back to second. Shangri-La Road is third, but his bid is stalled. Underway from the back is Litigation. They're on their way home. Disruptor, he has the lead off the turn by 4, by 5, and still moving away. Back to second is Shangri-La Road. The battle strictly for minor placings as Litigation tries to get a slice, but this is what we were expecting last time from Disruptor. Today he delivers the goods. Disruptor and jockey Irad Ortiz Jr. sharp in victory. They won by 6. Shangri-La Road was nicely clear of the others as Meritorious rallies for third. Bourbon Flight 4. They're at the post. They're racing in the Colonel Liam Stakes. Entered to Dragon a step slow. Excellent start for race favorite Mibago, who reaches out for the early lead and tries to clear the inside traffic. Moving at the rail, Wakan is now second. Up between horses, Ford Steel will have to sit third in the early exchanges today, with Smooth Breeze on the outside. Then it's Baker Street. He's down toward the inside. He's a length in front of Fire Pit. At the rail, it's George Briggs. Emergence is out wide. Then Enter the Dragon, and it's a big gap to Win with Faith, who's last of all. Mibago is loose up front. Mibago and Irad Ortiz Jr. tugging and in front by 3 over Wakan in second. Up to the outside, Smooth Breeze is now third. Ford Steel is fourth. At the rail, Baker Street races from fifth. Fire Pit is sixth. Racing seventh is George Briggs with Emergence eighth. Toward the back of the field and racing ninth is Entered the Dragon. Win with Faith is 10th and last. The quarter speed was 22-2. The half-mile speed was 45-2. Rolling right along here, but that's the way Mibago does business. He's in front to the far turn on top, a length and a quarter. Wakan is second. Ford Steel between horses. Baker Street at the rail. Working harder to stay with them is Smooth Breeze, a length and a half in front of George Briggs. Then Fire Pit and Entered the Dragon. Emergence needs to get a rally together. They all better hurry up as Mibago tries to braven up. 3/4, 108-4. Mibago still rolling. Off the turn with a kick, now 5 lengths to the good. The rest wondered what happened. The Colonel Liam Stakes is in the midst of a rout put on by Mibago. Mibago and jockey Irad Ortiz Jr. can gear down and pose for the picture. Mibago down the road and sharp in victory. Entered the Dragons in a place picture with George Briggs. That's very close.
And they're off. Good break from Sandman. Slow beginning for Admiral Dennis, who drops to the back of the pack. The Bob Baffert trained Manicat Road. He's on the lead today. Irad Ortiz says go immediately with him and hits the clubhouse turn in front. Smokin' Wicked running in second with Innovator Speed King. He's keyed up on a hold right now, 4 wide, easing off the top 3 as they round the first turn. Gap of 5 now to Cole Battle. He's in the 5th position. Dreamin' Blue and Tiztastic are next. Hypnus racing alone, 2 ahead of Sandman. Then Hot Gunner alongside of Publisher the Maiden. He's 4 ahead of Brereton's Baytown, and Admiral Dennis is last. They're rolling on the lead, 22-2. That opening quarter for Manicat Road. The field must be separated by at least 18 lengths. Manicat Road, the pacemaker by 2. Innovators second. Smokin' Wicked third in a strung-out group. Speed King for the first time in his racing career. He's stalking off the speed. He's 5 behind with a half mile to go. Gap of 2 to Cole Battle. Tiztastic to the inside. Another 2 to Dreamin' Blue. The gray Sandman is getting a little bit closer with Hypnus as the first 8 or 9 start to pack up a little more now rounding the turn. Hot Gunner is next. Completely giving way is Hot Gunner. Admiral Dennis still well out of it as they round the 4th turn. Innovators done. Manicat Road still on the lead. Cole Battle for the Lonnie Briley Barns running a big one. Here comes Cole Battle and Juan Vargas on the outside of Manicat Road rolling towards the lead. Cole Battle at the top of the lane. Manicat Road to the inside. Not done. It's Cole Battle narrowly ahead now. Sandman's getting rolling. He's 3rd, but he's 7 behind. 16th to go. Cole Battle 16th left for the Rebel Stakes win. He's on top from Manicat Road and Sandman, who's run out of ground. Cole Battle, the story continues. This fantastic story. Cole Battle does it in the Rebel. He is a true gritty racehorse. Manicat Road was 2nd, Sandman 3rd.
They're off in the Holy Bull. Tappan Street from the middle was away quickly with Guns Loaded moving on his outside. These 2 race on. Tapping on the brakes pretty severely was Ferocious. He had to get out of the spot and sits down at the inside. Meanwhile, it's Kinetic Control who's the one who fired through inside to take the lead. Kinetic Control leads by a length and a half. Guns Loaded is second. Ferocious has taken a stronghold. He's now 3rd. Tappan Street is 4th behind what appears to be a pretty lively early tempo. Settling at the inside, He's Not Joking in front of Burning Glory, and Burnham Square is last. The opening quarter was 23-2. They race into the backstretch now. Kinetic Control leads by half a length. Guns Loaded is second. Ferocious is still a keen 3rd. Outside Tappan Street, inside Burnham Square. From between horses, He's Not Joking, and Burning Glory is last. The Holy Bull field separated by 4.5 lengths through the opening half mile. It's Guns Loaded on the outside to put ahead in front. That half mile was 47-3. Kinetic Control is right back at him from second. From between horses, Ferocious has clear racetrack now, and he's on the attack. Ferocious sent into action on the far outside is Tappan Street as they round the far turn. The 2 favorites try to go get Guns Loaded. Guns Loaded has just lost the lead to Ferocious, but he's fighting back toward the inside. Tappan Street is driven and starts to gain 3 wide. Trying to run home from the back back is Burning Glory as they race to the first finish line. Louis Saez called on Tappan Street and got a big kick, and he strides to a length and a half lead from the outside. Burnham Square tries to bridge the gap, and he starts to gain a bit of ground. Ferocious is flattening out. Off the turn in the stretch drive, Burnham Square under a full head of steam, and he runs by to take the lead with a 16th to go. Tappan Street is fired, but he's second best to Ian Wilkes trainee Burnham Square, who wins the Holy Bull going away under Edgard Zayas. Second is Tappan Street. They were well clear of Burning Glory, who was third. Fourth, Ferocious, 143 and 3.
So for the Florida Derby, I'm boiling this race down to 4. They are the 4, Disruptor, the 7, Enter the Dragon, the 8, Malaket Road, and the 10, Sovereignty. Disruptor, only 2 starts, win on last in a maiden special weight at 7 furlongs, winning very impressively. Highly thought of horse trained by Todd Pletcher. He's a highly thought of colt, and if he lives up to his expectations, should run a good race, even though this is the first time venturing past 7 furlongs. The 7, the horse I like in the race, Enter the Dragon. This horse is a turf runner, but has a nice finishing kick, and if he is not affected by kickback on the main track, I think this Enter the Dragon will be the horse finishing extremely well in the stretch. The 8, Malagat Road, trained by Bob Baffert, coming out of the richest race so far in the Rebel Stakes. It's a $1.25 million race, was second. He's a pace horse. I'm going to have company because you're going to have Neoquios out on the pace. You're going to have Disruptor near the pace. You're going to have Jimmy's Dailies going to be close to the pace too. So the pace might be very hot. So if he can fight them off, he definitely looks like he has a lot of class. Madagascar Road might fight this out. And the horse they all have to beat, the 10, Sovereignty, win off the Fountain of Youth on last. Will get the distance. Came from dead last in that race to win by a head. And once again should be the one finishing strongest with Enter the Dragon, if Enter the Dragon can handle the dirt. So those are the 4 I'm boiling it down to, with my choice going to be Enter the Dragon. Horses to squeeze into the superfecta if anything happens is going to be the 6, Jimmy's Dailies. Speedy front runner, coming out of a second place in the allowance optional claiming. But against these, I think he will have a shot with the pace. And the 9, Tappan Street, well-bred son of Into Mischief, and second in the Holy Bull Stakes, and stalks the pace from mid-pack and should be there or thereabouts when this is being decided. Okay, guys, hope you got some luck, and as usual, be safe.